Hey guys, today we are going to walk you through the before of the two bedroom spaces. So we have the guest room behind us and then we have the master bedroom. So follow along, join in, see what we're working with right now. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are enjoying this before of our renovation series that we are working on. And today we're going to show you what the guest room and the master bedroom look like before we do our thing to it, whatever that may be. We're still working it through. But here's the major things. The major thing that's I think a positive without a doubt for this space is it has these really big accordion doors right now that kind of separate and divide the main wall of this bedroom from the rest of the living space. And I think for us, we were torn. Do we want to fully close this wall off so it's a proper bedroom, so it's got all walls and just a door that enters and exits out through our hallway? Or do we want to kind of keep this open, airy flow for as long as we possibly can? And ultimately we decided on going with the latter. So what we will be doing is taking out these accordion slider doors, and we are going to build out on each side some wall. So we're going to build out wall space and wall space, and then we are going to insert pocket doors. And we selected a shaker style door and classic shaker design, which will play off really nicely with our kitchen cabinets. And originally we were thinking let's go like plantation style door with the big louvers on them. And ultimately, to be honest, what we had on island versus what I had to bring in or have custom made, and again looking at our budget and looking at really where we wanted to spend the most dollars, and I really just kind of like the shaker look. It still has a beachy vibe to it and it's still very clean and the lines are very clean, and again with our kitchen being right here, it's just a nice complement and level of continuity, and I love continuity in design. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build out pocket doors and they will open and close like so. And just have to get some really cool, maybe black hardware, black iron hardware to go with all the black pops and stuff that we're putting in here. So that's the major things that we're going to be doing in this guest space. We already talked about popcorn ceilings are saying goodbye. We really did want to install ceiling fans, but again, the issue with this particular building is it's a positive. So lots of concrete, very solid walls, but you can't really run electrical very easily in a space like that. So our only option would have been to build out the walls and drop down the ceiling so we could run electric all the way through. Again, it's a lot of labor, it's a lot of material, a lot of dollars. So we made the decision to let's just press pause on that for now. We'll work with some standing fans for now, see how that goes. But again, we have such a great breeze in here, I think that we'll be okay. So that's the main stuff. The window treatments, these are coming down just as they are in every other place inside of this house. Because it is a bedroom for now, we don't know how it will evolve over time, but for now we're using it as a guest space. And we will be doing roller style shades, again really cool, and we're doing blackouts. So I'll show you more of the options of blackout rollers and how far they've come aesthetically and how cool they look once we get into the master bedroom space, but that's what we'll be doing here. And floor plan wise, I'm definitely putting bed against the wall, coming out so you can see the head of the bed as you walk into the space. Really we'll only have room for a side table closest to the closet. This window opens out, so it's going to be very difficult to put any kind of a table or a lamp there without it being hit. So again, we're kind of going to work through the design and the aesthetic once things move in, but there is our guest room tour. Now let's move on to the master bedroom. Here we are in the master bedroom. As you enter into the space, you've got a pretty good sized room here to work with. You know, different floor plan options ultimately for where we're gonna put the bed and side tables, if we can fit side tables and our cool bench. But I think right now what we're leaning more towards is a queen size bed that will come out. I'm really, again, a pro when you walk into a bedroom space to be able to see the headboard in front of you. It just flows better for me, I think, ultimately. Sleeping wise, feng shui wise, there's just a lot of positives to being able to see that headboard a second that you walk in. Probably from a space perspective, we would have had a little bit more play if we would have put the bed this way. I'm just not a fan of it. So I want to keep it that way. We do have this clunker of an AC unit to work with. Obviously, AC is a plus to have in general, especially during these hot months right now in Hawaii. It's very hot and it can get muggy, but again, we have such cool breezes. Last night when we were in here, we ate dinner out on our living room floor, looked out the sunset, and it was just so cool and so nice. And the breeze in here was actually chilly, so we were like, oh, we could totally use a blanket right now. So we may or may not need to use this very much, but it's nice to have. But it does create this kind of thing. So we may reduce the size of this AC unit in time. We may get a smaller one. I don't know, kind of TBD. But again, so this whole wall is windows, which is really great. And we back up to the mountains, which is also a plus. Right now we are blocking the sun with the current, again, really heavy drapery panels that are going bye-bye. So again, we will be doing roller style shades, but in a blackout material, because when you sleep, it is really nice to be able to block as much light as possible. It's when it helps you really get into that deeper REM style sleep. So I'm really loving the options right now from the shade store. I work with their product often, and they really have some interesting textures and materials to work with that I think have come quite a long way from, again, where roller shades have come from. So if you really take a nice good look at this one, for example, you can see its textures. It's got a natural kind of weave, little thicker tones running throughout, really natural vibe. And then the back is the blackout. So again, if you live in a condo or an apartment building where you have restrictions on what the back of the material needs to look like, for most folks it's at minimum a white. For us, we're allowed to have a white or what they call dark bronze, so it goes with the window frames from the exterior of the building. So these work perfectly, and they just come in so many different, again, variations and shades. Here's a really cool kind of a blue option. I really like this one, a navy, so if you had some kind of a coastal vibe you were going for, you could really do that nicely. So they go right up to the ceiling. We'll mount them straight up. Popcorn ceilings come down, and each window will probably have its own pull down. That's kind of yet to be determined. We're probably gonna figure that one out today. Again, the carpet will be saying goodbye, and we'll be running that same flooring that I talked about in the earlier episode in the living room, that beautiful Flooret luxury vinyl plank flooring. That will be running all throughout the master bedroom space as well. And again, fresh coat of paint. We'll eventually get the painting. We're gonna update all the door hardware for now. Eventually we will be replacing the actual doors themselves, but one thing at a time. I think the next big thing after all of this is definitely going to be the 2 bathrooms. So that's going to be fun to share with you guys what those bathrooms look like. They are something. They function perfectly fine. They're just dated. I think that's really about it. So it's a lot of just cosmetic stuff in here. There's nothing that can really be moved via walls, all that good thing. So we're going to work with what we have. I hope that you enjoyed the tour of the 2 bedrooms. We start demoing, I think, in about a week. And I'll take you along so you can see the progress. Until next time, let me know if you have any questions. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up button if you like it. And we will catch you once we start blowing things up. Bye.